Have you ever found yourself feeling inundated by the hurdles life throws your way? This resource is designed to help you enhance your critical thinking skills and keep your cool in any circumstance. You'll learn how to make wiser choices, tackle complicated problems, and approach high-pressure situations with a sense of assurance. Don't let stress blur your clarity or prevent you from seizing opportunities. Embrace a new mindset toward life's challenges and tap into your full potential for both personal and professional achievements. Chapter 1: Laying the Foundation for Success. In today's fast-paced and increasingly complicated world, the ability to think critically and stay calm during tough times is more essential than ever. Imagine being able to face a significant work decision, a personal crisis, or an unexpected obstacle with clear-headed confidence. This isn't just a dream. It's a skill you can learn and develop over time. Welcome to Stay Calm, Think Smart, the art of critical thinking in difficult situations. As you begin this journey, visualize yourself at the foot of a mountain, with the summit symbolizing your objective, mastering the art of calm, critical thinking. The journey may seem overwhelming, but each step you take will reveal valuable insights and skills that will reshape how you tackle life's challenges. This book serves as your compass along the way, providing a unique mix of mindfulness practices and critical thinking techniques. By blending these two dynamic strategies, you'll build a mental toolkit that empowers you to stay composed in high-pressure scenarios and make intelligent decisions, even when the going gets tough. So why is this combination so effective? Consider your mind as a finely tuned instrument. When it's clouded by stress, anxiety, or emotional upheaval, it can lose precision. By nurturing a sense of calm, you create the optimal environment for your mind to function at its best. Mastering critical thinking skills is like removing the haze from a foggy lens, allowing you to view situations with clarity. As you journey through this book, you'll find that learning to think calmly and critically is a rewarding yet demanding process. In this initial chapter, we will set the stage for your transformation by examining what you can achieve, the lasting advantages of this practice, and the essential steps involved. Let's begin by considering what you can expect as you read through this book for the first time. To start, you will gain a solid understanding of calm and critical thinking, which means grasping the basic principles that drive these concepts and seeing how they work together to improve your decision-making skills. You'll become more adept at recognizing when you're stressed or emotionally reactive and learn some straightforward techniques to help you regain your calm during tough times. This could mean taking deep breaths before crafting a response to an upsetting email, or pausing to explore multiple viewpoints when tackling a complicated issue. Moreover, you will learn to weave calmness into your decision-making process. This doesn't mean you'll become emotionless. Rather, you'll create a mental space where you can reflect on your thoughts and feelings with objectivity. You'll start to realize how your emotional state affects your thinking and develop strategies to keep a balanced perspective, even in high-pressure situations. The true strength of these skills reveals itself over time. As you practice consistently, you'll notice enhanced clarity and confidence in your decisions. Problems that once felt insurmountable will transform into challenges that can be systematically addressed and resolved. This newfound capability to manage difficult situations with poise and insight will positively impact both your personal and professional lives. You might find yourself better equipped to resolve workplace disputes, more skilled at negotiating crucial deals, or simply feeling more at ease with the daily stresses of modern living. In the long run, mastering the art of calm, critical thinking can bring about significant growth in both your personal and professional arenas. By making better decisions and effectively tackling challenges, you're likely to see positive changes in your career trajectory. The impact of personal growth on your relationships and overall happiness can be remarkable, unlocking doors to new chances and experiences you may never have considered. So, what does this journey entail, and what are the crucial steps to take? At its essence, this process revolves around two vital components: grasping the fundamentals of critical thinking and incorporating mindfulness techniques to cultivate calmness. Critical thinking goes beyond mere logic. It encompasses a thorough method of interpreting information, challenging preconceived notions, and making informed choices. You'll gain the ability to spot cognitive biases that might cloud your decisions and learn how to assess evidence in an unbiased manner. This might involve practical strategies like the 5 whys for exploring root causes or decision matrices for evaluating complicated choices. Equally significant is the practice of mindfulness, which helps you maintain calmness. This doesn't mean you need to become a meditation expert. Rather, it's about acquiring practical strategies to regulate your mental and emotional state in everyday situations. You'll delve into breathing techniques, body scan exercises, and other tools to quickly ground yourself in stressful moments. These steps are thoughtfully arranged to reinforce one another, creating a synergistic effect that boosts your overall capabilities. By first establishing a foundation of calm, you carve out the mental space necessary for effective critical thinking. Likewise, as your critical thinking abilities sharpen, you'll find it easier to keep your composure during tough times, leading to a beneficial cycle of personal development. What makes this approach unique is the harmony between calmness and critical thinking. It's not just about being more logical or relaxed. It's about blending these skills to evolve into a more capable, resilient, and self-assured person. With a robust foundation in these areas, you'll be better prepared to tackle the complexities of life, whether it's a high-pressure business deal, a personal crisis, or the challenges of navigating an increasingly intricate world. As we wrap up this opening chapter, take a moment to consider the journey that lies ahead. The road to mastering a balanced approach to calm critical thinking may be challenging, but the rewards are well worth the effort. The journey may not always be simple, but the benefits are beyond measure. As you move through each chapter, you'll uncover new insights and acquire valuable tools for your mental arsenal. In the upcoming chapter, we'll dive deeper into the idea of a calm mindset, exploring how to achieve emotional balance even amidst the most challenging situations. You'll learn impactful strategies that can reshape your reactions to stress, preparing you for clearer thinking and improved decision-making. Remember, every grand journey begins with a single step. By picking up this book and engaging with its content, you've taken that important first stride. Ahead of you lies a path toward mastering calm, critical thinking, one filled with obstacles, revelations, and chances to grow. Are you prepared for the next phase? Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to Grow to the Top and turn on notifications for more self-improvement gems that can accelerate your personal development. Also, if you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support helps the community thrive. Thank you. Chapter 2. Staying Calm. Picture yourself at the center of a storm, amidst chaos, yet you feel utterly calm. This imagery perfectly captures the theme of this chapter, the calm mindset. It's a mental state that empowers you to sail through life's rough waters with poise and clarity, even when stress tries to pull you under. But what is this calm mindset, and why is it vital for effective critical thinking during trying times? As we unravel this concept, you'll realize it's much more than simply staying relaxed or unaffected. It's a transformative approach to facing challenges and making decisions. At its essence, the calm mindset is about achieving emotional stability. It's the skill to keep your cool and think rationally when confronted with pressure. This mindset isn't something you stumble upon haphazardly. It's a capability you can train and refine. Take a moment to reflect on how you usually respond to stress. Do you find your heart racing or your thoughts spiraling into anxiety? These reactions are common, but can hinder your critical thinking and decision-making abilities. That's where the strength of calmness comes in. When you master the art of maintaining inner tranquility, even amid chaos, you set the stage for more effective responses. Creating the right environment for clear thinking resembles lowering the volume on distracting noise, helping you concentrate on what genuinely matters. But the advantages of maintaining a calm mindset go way beyond just feeling at ease. When you achieve emotional stability, you become more adept at analyzing situations with objectivity, exploring various viewpoints, and making decisions grounded in reason rather than reacting impulsively. This emotional steadiness serves as the foundation for robust critical thinking. So how can we foster this elusive state of tranquility? The journey starts with realizing that being calm doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending that stress doesn't influence you. It's about learning to observe your thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. One effective method to reach this state is through mindfulness, a practice that encourages you to be fully engaged in the present moment, acknowledging your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Like working out to build muscle, mindfulness is a skill you can sharpen with practice. As you weave mindfulness into your daily routine, you might begin to see subtle changes in how you handle stress. Rather than reacting instantly to difficulties, you may find yourself pausing, taking a deep breath, and approaching challenges with a more focused mindset. However, mindfulness is just one aspect of achieving emotional stability. It's also crucial to engage in mental exercises that enhance your ability to stay composed under pressure. These strategies can range from visualization techniques to cognitive reframing. One effective exercise is to mentally rehearse tough situations, picturing yourself remaining calm and collected when facing challenges. By doing this, you're effectively training your mind to respond more efficiently when actual difficulties arise, creating a mental blueprint of calmness to rely on when necessary. Another impactful technique is practicing self-compassion. Often, our inner critic can be a major source of stress and emotional upheaval. By learning to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can build a more stable emotional base to tackle life's hurdles. As you progress on your path to achieving a serene mindset, you will likely face scenarios that test your newly acquired skills. This is where the real challenge begins. Staying calm when things get tough is essential for keeping your emotions in check. One great way to stay focused and clear-headed during stressful times is by using grounding techniques. These are straightforward exercises designed to help you remain in the moment, stopping your mind from racing with anxiety or panic. A popular grounding method is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. In this exercise, you take a moment to notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 sounds you can hear, 2 scents you can smell, and 1 taste you can recognize. Engaging your senses in this way can really help you feel more anchored and centered, which can soothe your mind and improve your clarity. Another helpful strategy is breathing. By taking deep, slow breaths and focusing on the sensation of air filling your lungs and leaving your body, you can foster a sense of tranquility and balance. The beauty of this technique is that you can practice it almost anywhere without drawing attention to yourself. However, developing a calm mindset isn't something that happens overnight. It takes practice. That's why it's crucial to weave grounding exercises into your everyday life. One of the most effective practices is mindfulness meditation. You don't need to set aside an hour. Even 5 minutes of dedicated focus can lead to meaningful changes over time. To begin, find a quiet spot where you won't be disturbed, sit comfortably, and direct your focus on your breath. When your thoughts drift, and they will, gently guide your focus back to your breathing without being hard on yourself. Over time, this practice can enhance your awareness and give you more control over your thoughts and feelings. In addition to meditation, incorporating breathing exercises into your routine can deliver instant calm in the midst of chaos. A simple yet impactful technique is the 478 breath. Breathe in quietly through your nose for 4 counts, hold it for 7 counts, and exhale thoroughly through your mouth for 8 counts. Repeat this cycle 4 times. This practice can trigger your body's natural relaxation response, easing your mind and lowering stress levels. As you start to integrate these habits, you might be curious about the results you can expect. Everyone's experience is different, but many people notice several positive shifts as they cultivate a more serene state of mind. When you cultivate a calm mindset, you'll likely notice that your day-to-day stress starts to diminish. Situations that previously triggered anxiety may begin to feel more manageable, leading to a noticeable boost in your overall well-being. As you practice and develop your skills, you may find your focus sharpens and your decision-making abilities improve. The clarity that accompanies emotional stability enables you to analyze situations with a clear head, allowing you to make choices based more on logic than impulsive reactions. For those who truly commit to fostering this calmness, a significant benefit is the mastery of emotional regulation. It doesn't imply that you'll escape stress or anxiety completely. Those feelings are part of being human. Instead, it means that you'll gain the tools necessary to handle your emotions effectively, even in tough situations. However, the path to nurturing a calm mindset isn't always easy. You may face hurdles along the way, and it's essential to prepare for them. One common challenge is sticking to a consistent mindfulness routine. Life can get hectic, and it's easy to skip a meditation session or forget about your breathing exercises. If you find it hard to stay on track, consider establishing a fixed schedule for your practice and start with short intervals. Even just a few minutes each day can make a difference. As you notice the positive effects, you'll likely feel inspired to invest more time in these practices. Another obstacle you may encounter is feeling overwhelmed by emotional triggers. Even as you gain more emotional stability, certain situations or individuals might still unsettle you. During these moments, remember to employ the grounding techniques we've discussed before. Taking a brief pause to connect with your senses or focusing on your breathing can help you regain your composure and approach challenges with a clearer mindset. As we wrap up our discussion on achieving a calm mindset, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come just by exploring these ideas and considering their relevance to your life. You've already made significant strides toward enhanced emotional stability and clearer thinking. Keep in mind that developing a calm mindset is an ongoing journey, not a final destination. It's a skill that you'll continue to develop and enhance throughout your life, growing stronger each time you face new challenges. Chapter 3: Thinking Clearly. As we step into the fascinating world of critical thinking, picture yourself as an adventurer journeying through uncharted territory. This vast landscape is brimming with ideas, information, and arguments, some accurate, some misleading, and many that lie in a gray area. Your task, should you choose to embrace it, is to navigate this intricate terrain with skill and insight. So, what exactly is this intriguing concept known as critical thinking? At its essence, it's a mindset that approaches the world with a blend of curiosity, skepticism, and a genuine quest for truth. It involves peeling back the layers of our own assumptions and biases, questioning established beliefs, and striving to perceive reality as it is. In today's complex environment, this skill is more vital than ever. We're constantly bombarded by information from a multitude of sources, all vying for our attention, or worse, our agreement. Without the tools of critical thinking, it's all too easy to get caught up in persuasive arguments, misleading statistics, or our own preconceived notions. This becomes especially crucial when we find ourselves in high-pressure situations where the stakes are elevated. The ability to analyze situations objectively and make sound decisions can truly be a game changer. Critical thinking equips us to cut through the chaos, focus on what really matters, and make choices grounded in logic rather than impulse or emotion. But the advantages of honing critical thinking skills reach far beyond just better decision-making. As we sharpen our ability, we also become more proficient at recognizing and challenging biases, not only our own, but those of others too. This heightened awareness acts as a superpower, enabling us to perceive the world more clearly and maneuver through complex social and intellectual challenges with greater confidence. So how can we nurture this invaluable skill? The journey to mastering critical thinking begins with grasping its fundamental principles. At its essence, critical thinking encourages us to question everything: our deeply held beliefs, the assumptions we carry, our biases, and the information that comes our way. Think for a moment about a strong belief you maintain, whether it's related to politics, social issues, or your personal experiences. Now ask yourself, what's the reason behind this belief? What evidence backs it up? Have I considered any alternative viewpoints? This self-questioning lies at the heart of critical thinking. However, questioning isn't solely about doubting our own views. It also involves approaching new information with a sense of healthy skepticism. When we face a claim or an argument, a critical thinker doesn't just accept it blindly or dismiss it entirely. Instead, they dig deeper, asking questions like, What evidence supports this claim? Who is presenting this argument, and could they have ulterior motives? Are there other viewpoints worth considering? Another vital element of critical thinking is the ability to distinguish between facts and opinions. In a world overflowing with information, the lines can get easily blurred. A fact is something that can be objectively proven, while an opinion is shaped by personal beliefs or judgments. Being able to tell the two apart is crucial for clear thinking and making sound decisions. For example, it's a fact that the Earth revolves around the Sun, a statement we can confirm through scientific evidence. In contrast, saying summer is the best season is purely a matter of personal opinion, regardless of how passionately someone holds that view. Developing the skill to quickly identify facts versus opinions can empower us to navigate complicated arguments and make better informed choices. As we dive deeper into critical thinking, we enter the exciting and challenging world of logical reasoning and analysis. Logical reasoning involves constructing and evaluating arguments, spotting fallacies, and deriving valid conclusions from available evidence. A key asset in the critical thinker's toolkit is the ability to recognize and assess various types of arguments. For example, deductive arguments aim to reach conclusions that are absolutely certain, while inductive arguments suggest conclusions that are probable based on evidence. Understanding the structure of these arguments enhances our ability to evaluate their strength and reliability. Additionally, being able to identify logical fallacies is another crucial skill that can greatly enhance our critical thinking abilities. Arguments can often appear more convincing than they truly are due to various reasoning errors. For instance, personal attacks, known as ad hominem attacks, focus on discrediting the individual rather than their argument. Then there's the false dichotomy fallacy, which presents only two choices when more exist. Additionally, the appeal to authority fallacy accepts claims as true simply because a respected figure has said so. These are just a few of the many pitfalls in reasoning that can mislead us. So how can we effectively practice our critical thinking skills? Like any other skill, critical thinking sharpens with regular practice. One effective way to enhance these skills is by examining news articles for any biases they may contain. Pick an article on a debated subject and read it with a keen eye. Consider the facts presented, the opinions voiced, and whether any logical fallacies exist. Also, think about what information might be missing. This exercise helps you differentiate between fact and opinion and notice biases more easily. You can also have fun developing your critical thinking abilities through games and puzzles. Activities like Sudoku, chess, and logic grid puzzles require you to think methodically, weigh different possibilities, and arrive at logical conclusions, all essential elements of critical thinking. As you take steps toward improving your critical thinking, you might be curious about what benefits you can anticipate. Initially, you'll likely notice that your analytical skills enhance. You'll find it easier to break down complicated issues, assess evidence, and reach logical conclusions. With consistent practice, you may also become better at spotting biases, both in the information you consume and within your own perspectives. This awareness can be quite enlightening, revealing thought patterns and arguments you might have overlooked in the past. For those who truly commit to developing these skills, the goal is to master logical reasoning. While this doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes, because we're all human after all, it does equip you with a robust toolkit to navigate complex ideas and make informed decisions. However, the journey towards solid critical thinking skills isn't always straightforward. You may face certain hurdles along the way, such as the difficulty of recognizing biases, especially your own. Everyone has blind spots, and it can be challenging to confront our own preconceived notions. If you find yourself struggling with this, remember it's a common obstacle on the path to clearer reasoning. If you're finding it tough to think critically, one effective strategy is to expose yourself to a broad range of ideas and opinions. Engaging with viewpoints that differ from your own can really help you recognize your own biases and expand your understanding. Another hurdle you might face is challenges with logical reasoning, especially when tackling complicated arguments or new subjects. If you struggle to keep up with or build logical arguments, consider using organized frameworks to simplify the issues. Techniques like argument mapping can provide clarity by allowing you to visualize an argument's structure and pinpoint its strengths and weaknesses. Keep in mind that honing your critical thinking skills is an ongoing process, not a fixed endpoint. It's a lifelong practice. Each time you challenge a belief, assess an argument, or reach a logical conclusion, you're enhancing these vital skills. As we wrap up this discussion on critical thinking, take a moment to appreciate how powerful this skill can be. By sharpening your critical thinking abilities, you're arming yourself with a tool that applies to every aspect of your life, from making personal choices to grappling with complex global issues. In the next chapter, we'll venture into a territory that tests even the most adept critical thinkers: the influence of emotions on our decision-making. We'll uncover how feelings can sway our thoughts in ways we might not be aware of, and explore methods to keep our reasoning intact, even when emotions run high. But for now, as you finish this chapter, take a moment to ponder what unseen forces might be affecting your thoughts and choices right now. You might be surprised by what you find. Chapter 4: What Sets You Off? Have you ever found yourself in a moment where your heart seems to race, your palms become clammy, and your mind is clouded with emotion? A time when logic takes a back seat, overtaken by a flood of intense feelings? If so, you've stumbled upon what we'll explore in this chapter: emotional triggers. These strong influences from our inner selves can steer our decisions, actions, and even how we perceive reality in ways that often go unnoticed. They're like hidden puppeteers guiding us in directions we might not willingly choose. But what if we could unveil those strings? What if we could learn to recognize, comprehend, and even gain some mastery over their impact on us? This is where emotional awareness comes into play, a skill that has the power to change the way we navigate life. Navigating difficult situations sharpens our critical thinking skills, especially when emotions run high. But why is this so vital, particularly in tough decision-making scenarios? Picture yourself faced with a high-stakes choice. The pressure mounts, and the implications of your decision are significant. In these moments, our emotions can create a dense fog that blurs our understanding of the facts and clouds our reasoning. This can lead us to make hasty choices driven by fear, anger, or excitement, rather than thoughtfully weighing all the factors involved. This is where being aware of our emotions becomes a powerful ally. By tuning into when our feelings are influencing us, we can pause, take a deep breath, and carve out some mental space for clearer thinking. It's like having an internal warning system that signals when our emotions might be steering us off course. But emotional awareness isn't solely about avoiding poor decisions. It also helps clear the path for better thinking overall. When we learn to handle our emotions skillfully, it's akin to decluttering a foggy windshield, allowing us to see the road ahead with clarity and navigate even the trickiest situations more effectively. So how do we cultivate this essential skill? The first step is to recognize the emotional forces that impact our thoughts and choices. These influences can often be subtle, working beneath our conscious awareness, much like hidden currents that shape our mental landscape. One of the most significant factors at play are emotional triggers, specific scenarios, words, or memories that elicit strong reactions. They act as hot buttons, and pressing them can plunge us into a whirlwind of intense feelings. Common triggers related to decision-making include feelings of being criticized or judged, fears surrounding success or failure, and sensations of being overwhelmed or out of control, as well as perceived threats to our social standing or relationships. Each person's triggers are distinct, molded by their unique life experiences and personality traits. The first step in managing these triggers is to identify them, which requires a degree of self-awareness that many people may not actively practice. This involves closely observing our emotional reactions, recognizing patterns that ignite strong feelings, and being truthful with ourselves about our weaknesses. An effective method to enhance this awareness is by practicing mindfulness and developing the habit of observing our thoughts and feelings without criticism, we can begin to notice how we emotionally react to various situations. It's akin to stepping into the role of a detective, carefully examining our inner experiences with curiosity. As we sharpen our ability to identify our emotional reactions, The next step is to learn how to manage them effectively. This doesn't imply pushing our emotions away or acting as though they aren't there. Rather, it's about gaining the skill to feel our emotions without letting them completely consume us. A helpful strategy in this process is what's known as emotional distancing. This technique encourages you to create a mental gap between yourself and your feelings. Instead of expressing, "I am angry," you might say, "I notice that I am feeling anger." This slight change in phrasing can help you view your emotions as fleeting moments rather than permanent states of being. Another beneficial method is reframing, where you explore a situation from various angles to shift its emotional weight. For instance, if you're dealing with anxiety about a daunting task, you could reframe it as a chance for personal growth rather than a source of fear. These tactics enable us to distinguish our emotions from logical thought, facilitating clearer, more objective decision-making. It's like zooming out to see the entire landscape rather than getting lost in a single detail. However, mastering the art of emotional management takes practice. One effective way to enhance this skill is through journaling about how we react emotionally in different circumstances. By documenting the triggers, our feelings, and our responses, we can begin to identify patterns in our emotional behaviors, leading to greater self-awareness and control. Additionally, role-playing scenarios that tend to provoke strong emotions allows us to rehearse recognizing and managing these feelings in a low-pressure setting. It's like conducting a fire drill for our emotions, preparing us for real-life challenges. As you start down this path of emotional awareness, you might find yourself wondering what outcomes to expect. On a basic level, one significant change you're likely to notice is a heightened awareness of your emotional landscape. You will become more in tune with your feelings and reactions, setting the stage for deeper understanding and growth. As you practice tuning into your emotions, you'll find it easier to spot when they are influencing your thoughts and actions. With consistent effort, your ability to manage your emotional reactions will grow, meaning you can maintain a calm and clear mind even in tough situations. Over time, you'll notice that unexpected challenges or difficult interactions won't upset your balance as much. For those who commit fully to this journey, the ultimate goal is achieving a level of emotional detachment when making decisions. This doesn't imply being cold or indifferent. Instead, it's about experiencing your feelings deeply while also retaining the capacity for rational thought and action. This balance allows you to enjoy a full emotional life alongside clear-headed reasoning. However, the path to enhancing your emotional awareness and regulation can be bumpy. You may face challenges, such as identifying what triggers your emotions. Sometimes, our emotional reactions happen so instantly and automatically that we miss what set them off. If this resonates with you, consider keeping a detailed emotional journal. Note not only what you feel, but also describe the situations that lead to these feelings, any physical sensations you experience, and your subsequent thoughts and actions. Over time, this record will unveil patterns that make it easier to identify your triggers. Another hurdle might be controlling your emotions once they're activated. Even if you recognize that you're feeling something strongly, shifting your emotional state can be tough. If you find yourself in this situation, don't forget the basics. Practice mindfulness and grounding techniques. Simple actions like taking a few deep breaths or focusing on what you can physically feel can help bring you back to a centered state. Keep in mind that developing emotional awareness and management is a lifelong journey, not a final destination. With each instance you recognize a trigger or take a moment to pause and choose your reaction instead of automatically responding, you're reinforcing these vital skills. As we wrap up our discussion about emotional triggers, take a moment to appreciate the strength that comes from this kind of awareness. By enhancing your awareness and learning to identify and manage your emotional reactions, you're arming yourself with a powerful tool that can positively influence all areas of your life, from personal choices to intricate workplace dilemmas. As we transition into the next chapter, we'll broaden our focus to examine the larger picture. We'll delve into the process of dissecting complex situations, simplifying them into digestible components. But as you wrap up this chapter, Take a moment to reflect on this. What subtle patterns might exist in your mind's landscape, influencing your views in ways you haven't fully realized yet? The path ahead is set to unveil revelations that could transform your perspective, not only on the world around you, but also on your own inner experiences. Chapter 5. Understanding what's happening. Picture yourself in front of a vast, detailed tapestry. At first, it looks like a chaotic whirlwind of colors, patterns, and shapes that feels impossible to decipher. Yet, as you draw closer and start to pick it apart piece by piece, a coherent picture begins to take shape. The chaos transforms into clarity. This process reflects what we'll dive into in this chapter, the skill of analyzing situations. This ability enables us to take the often bewildering complexities of life and break them down into simpler, comprehensible parts. Why is mastering this skill so vital, particularly when we encounter tough situations needing sharp, critical thought? Think back to a recent time when you faced a really challenging issue. It might have been an intricate work task, a personal problem with no straightforward answer, or a choice that carried significant implications. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're staring at an insurmountable tangle that feels impossible to untie. This is where the art of analyzing situations becomes invaluable. By learning to disassemble complicated scenarios into their basic elements, we can gain a thorough understanding of the challenges we face. It's akin to moving beyond seeing the whole forest and recognizing each individual tree and how they are interconnected. However, understanding a situation is only part of the equation. It's also about empowerment. When we can clearly identify all facets of a situation, we become more skilled at making well-informed decisions. We can evaluate our choices more effectively, foresee possible outcomes, and confidently select the best path forward. So how do we cultivate this skill? A vital ability for embarking on this journey is mastering the art of effective information gathering. It's not merely about amassing data. It's about discerning what information truly matters, pinpointing where to locate it, and arranging it in a way that clarifies rather than confuses. One particularly useful approach to gathering information is the 5W1H method: who, what, when, where, why, and how. By systematically answering each of these questions, we can create a well-rounded understanding of our situation. Who are the main individuals involved? What exactly is going on? When did it all begin, and what does the timeline look like? Where is this taking place, and what's the larger context? Why is this happening, and what are the root causes? How is everything unfolding, and what mechanisms are at play? However, gathering information is merely the initial step. The real expertise comes from evaluating that information and grasping its context. This means scrutinizing the reliability of our sources, recognizing possible biases, and identifying what we might be lacking in knowledge. It's about cultivating a critical mindset that can differentiate between well-founded facts, logical inferences, and unfounded speculation. Context is especially important because no issue exists in a vacuum. Broader elements such as economic factors, societal trends, historical contexts, and cultural influences all impact the situation we're analyzing. By taking these contextual elements into account, we can develop a rich, multi-layered comprehension of the issue at hand. As we continue exploring the craft of analyzing situations, we come across the necessity for logical methods to solve problems. This is where the strength of structured thinking comes into play. By utilizing systematic approaches, we can address even the most intricate challenges with clarity and precision. One practical method is known as divide and conquer. This entails breaking a complex problem down into smaller, more manageable segments, each of which can be analyzed independently before assembling them back together to form a complete understanding. Another effective strategy is the use of problem trees. This technique involves pinpointing the central issue and mapping out its causes and consequences. The outcome is a visual depiction that clearly illustrates the interconnections among various elements of the situation, essentially creating a map of the problem landscape. This helps us to discern relationships and pathways we might otherwise overlook. So how do we actually apply all of this in real life? One great exercise is to dive into hypothetical scenarios. By navigating through intricate, made-up situations, we can sharpen our analytical skills without the stress of real-world consequences. This safe space allows us to try out various strategies and learn from our errors. Another useful technique is creating mind maps for complicated issues. This involves sketching out the different aspects of a situation and how they relate to one another. Begin by placing the main issue in the center of an empty page, then expand outward with related topics, subtopics, and their connections. This method can uncover relationships and insights that might not be obvious if you only look at things in a straight line. As you start honing your situation analysis skills, you might ask what benefits you can anticipate. On a basic level, you can expect to better understand problems. You'll become more adept at identifying the various dimensions of a situation and how they connect. With ongoing practice, you'll likely enhance your analytical abilities, approaching complex scenarios with increased confidence, armed with the tools to break them down and fully grasp them. You'll probably also be able to spot links and patterns that others might overlook, offering you valuable insights in both your personal life and career. For those who really commit to this practice, you can aim for a mastery of thorough situation analysis. While it doesn't mean you'll have all the answers, after all, the world is far too intricate for that. It does equip you with a robust toolkit for tackling any situation, no matter how daunting. However, the journey to developing strong analytical skills can have its bumps. You may encounter obstacles along the way, and it's crucial to be ready for these challenges. A common hurdle is missing key information while rushing to grasp a situation. In your eagerness, you might skim through your analysis and overlook vital details. If you find yourself grappling with this, consider using checklists or well-structured frameworks to make sure you're addressing all relevant components. The 5W1H method we mentioned before can serve as a great foundation. Another challenge could be feeling swamped by the complexity of certain scenarios. When you're faced with such situations, when faced with a particularly complex challenge, it's easy to get bogged down in the finer points. If you find yourself overwhelmed, remember the strategy of breaking things apart and conquering them bit by bit. Start by slicing the problem into smaller, more digestible sections. Tackle each piece individually before piecing everything back together to form a complete picture. Keep in mind that honing your situational analysis skills is an ongoing journey. It's a continual practice that you will develop throughout your life. Every time you deconstruct a perplexing issue or uncover fresh insights through careful analysis, you're strengthening these vital abilities. As we wrap up this discussion on situational analysis, take a moment to appreciate the significance of this skill. By learning to dissect and grasp complicated situations, you're arming yourself with a tool that can benefit you in countless segments of your life, whether making personal choices or addressing professional hurdles. In the next section, we'll elevate these analytical skills and dive into the art of problem solving. We'll explore techniques that not only help us understand situations, but also empower us to influence them in pursuit of our goals. But before moving on, ponder this: what undiscovered connections could be lurking in the everyday scenarios you encounter? The skills you've acquired here are just a starting point. The true adventure lies in applying them to the intricate and diverse fabric of your life. Chapter 6: Solving Problems. Picture yourself standing at the base of a towering mountain, your ultimate goal sparkling at the peak. The pathway upward is unclear, laden with challenges and unfamiliar terrain. How do you begin your climb? This image reflects the hurdles we often face in life, where our goals are evident, but the route to reach them is anything but simple. Welcome to the domain of problem solving, a space where we can turn difficulties into opportunities and obstacles into steps towards success. So what truly defines an effective problem solver? Is it something you're born with, or can it be nurtured and enhanced? As we journey through this topic, you'll find that problem solving is a skill, one that marries creativity with logical reasoning and a structured methodology to tackle even the toughest challenges. It's a compelling tool that has the potential to transform your approach to adversity, allowing you to reshape formidable issues into manageable tasks. Navigating challenges is a part of life, but why are problem-solving skills especially important when we hit tough spots that require quick thinking? Reflect on the last major hurdle you encountered. Maybe it was a daunting project that felt impossible, a disagreement that seemed unsolvable, or a choice where there was no obvious right answer. In those critical moments, your ability to tackle problems head-on can truly determine whether you succeed or struggle, move forward or get stuck. Problem-solving skills act as our guiding compass when the path is unclear, allowing us to deconstruct difficult issues into smaller, manageable pieces and then systematically work toward resolutions. Think of it like having a mental Swiss Army knife, equipped with various tools to help you confront any challenge that comes your way. Additionally, sharpening these skills not only enhances our ability to find solutions, but also encourages a mix of creative and logical thinking. It inspires us to explore unconventional ideas and perspectives we might otherwise miss, while also ensuring those innovative solutions remain practical and effective. This blend of creativity and logic can be a powerful force, yielding solutions that are both fresh and actionable. So, how can we cultivate these essential skills? The first step is to learn structured problem-solving techniques. These methods provide a step-by-step approach to recognizing issues, brainstorming possible solutions, and executing effective strategies. One powerful technique is the 5 whys method. This involves repeatedly asking yourself why to uncover the root cause of an issue. For instance, if you're frequently late to work, you might start with, "Why am I late?" Answering "because I oversleep" leads to the next question, "Why do I oversleep?" By continuing this line of inquiry, you can identify the deeper underlying problems and tackle them directly. Another effective strategy is the ideal problem-solving model. This involves identifying the problem, defining the context, exploring possible strategies, taking action on the best solution, and then reflecting on the experience to learn from it. This systematic approach ensures you're considering every angle of the problem and continuously refining your skills in the process. But recognizing problems is just the start. The deeper challenge often lies in generating effective solutions. This is where brainstorming comes into play. Play brainstorming is an imaginative technique that promotes unrestrained idea generation, enabling you to come up with a variety of possible solutions without immediately critiquing their viability. When you embark on a brainstorming session, it's vital to cultivate a creative atmosphere where judgment is set aside. Embrace those outlandish ideas and prioritize quantity over quality in this early stage. You might stumble upon a gem among those seemingly wild concepts that could pave the way for innovative solutions. Once you have a diverse collection of ideas, the next phase involves analyzing and putting them into action. This means evaluating each potential solution's viability, effectiveness, and implications. The goal is to strike a balance between being innovative and practical, as many problem-solving endeavors stumble in the implementation phase. Generating a fantastic idea is only half the battle. Executing it successfully is what truly counts. This is where well-structured action plans come into play. Break your chosen solution into clear, actionable steps, delegate tasks, set deadlines, and create metrics to gauge your success. As we dive deeper into the intricacies of problem-solving, we uncover the captivating relationship between creativity and systematic thinking. At first glance, these two ways of thinking may appear to be in conflict, but they actually complement each other in the quest for effective solutions. Creativity empowers us to conceive unique ideas and spot connections that others may overlook. It's all about lateral thinking, making surprising links, and pushing the boundaries of traditional assumptions. On the flip side, methodical thinking brings necessary structure and discipline to help transform those imaginative concepts into actionable solutions. The trick lies in balancing both approaches. Start with a vibrant brainstorming session to explore a broad array of ideas, and then pivot to a more organized method for evaluating and honing those concepts. This dynamic blend can yield solutions that are not only innovative, but also practical. So how do we apply these methods? One productive exercise involves organizing group brainstorming sessions centered around hypothetical scenarios, allowing you to collaboratively generate ideas while gaining insights from a variety of perspectives. Another useful practice is crafting action plans for personal challenges you're currently grappling with. Identify a pressing issue in your life and apply the structured problem-solving methods we've explored. Start by diagnosing the root cause of the problem, and you'll be well on your way to finding effective solutions. Start by brainstorming possible solutions, evaluating your options, and crafting a clear, detailed plan to implement the solution you've chosen. As you set out on this path to enhance your problem-solving skills, you might be curious about what results to expect. Initially, you're likely to notice that your ability to tackle challenges improves. You'll become more skilled at dissecting intricate problems, coming up with innovative solutions, and executing effective strategies. With regular practice, you may discover a boost in your creativity and innovative thinking, enabling you to view problems from various perspectives and uncover opportunities that others might overlook. This ability can be a major asset, distinguishing you as a resourceful problem solver in both your personal life and career. For those who commit to this journey, the ultimate goal is to achieve mastery in structured problem solving. While you won't solve every issue that arises, after all, the world is far too complicated for that, you will possess a robust toolkit of techniques to tackle any challenge with assurance and competence. However, the road to becoming proficient in problem solving isn't always a straight path. You might bump into some hurdles along the way, so it's wise to be ready for them. One common difficulty is generating ideas when faced with a particularly tough problem. It's not uncommon for your mind to draw a blank. In such moments, try tapping into creative thinking strategies like mind mapping, random word associations, or even role-playing. These techniques can help unlock fresh ideas and viewpoints. Another obstacle you may encounter is putting your solutions into action. Coming up with an awesome idea is one thing, but successfully implementing it is another. Easier said than done. If you struggle with this, concentrate on creating an actionable plan. Break your solution into smaller, achievable steps, set clear deadlines and milestones, and don't be afraid to revise your plan as necessary. Keep in mind that honing your problem-solving skills is an ongoing process, not a final goal. It's a continual practice you'll refine throughout your life. Each problem you navigate and every challenge you face serves as a chance to fortify these vital skills. As we wrap up this discussion on problem solving, take a moment to recognize the power this skill holds in your life. When you learn to approach challenges with both a methodical and creative mindset, you're not just enhancing a skill, you're gaining a valuable tool that can benefit you across all areas of your life, from personal development to achieving success in your career. In the next section, we will dive into how to effectively apply these problem-solving abilities when facing pressure. We will discuss techniques for maintaining clear thought and making wise choices, even in high-stakes situations where time is limited. Before you finish this chapter, take a moment to reflect on this. What untapped potential could you discover within yourself as you refine your problem-solving skills? The abilities you have acquired thus far are merely the foundation. The real challenge lies in applying them when it truly counts under pressure. Chapter 7. Making choices when it counts. Picture yourself as the pilot of an airplane, alarms going off, dials blinking furiously, and you have mere moments to make a decision that could impact countless lives. While this might seem like an extreme scenario, it highlights a crucial aspect we will cover in this chapter: the skill of making quick, effective decisions when the stakes are elevated and time is fleeting. In our fast-moving society, the capacity to make sound choices under pressure is more important than ever. But what differentiates those who manage high-pressure situations with poise and effectiveness from those who buckle under stress? As we explore this essential skill, you'll discover that making decisions under pressure isn't about possessing nerves of steel or extraordinary capabilities. Instead, it's about developing practical strategies and mental frameworks that help you think clearly and act decisively, even when everything around you is swirling in chaos. Why is this capability so critical, especially when faced with challenging situations demanding sharp thinking? Recall the last time you encountered a high-pressure choice. Maybe it was a pivotal moment in your job, a snap judgment in a risky scenario, or a pressing opportunity that required immediate action. In those instances, the ability to make thoughtful decisions quickly can separate success from failure, safety from harm. The significance of mastering this skill in critical thinking cannot be overstated. Under pressure, our instinct tends to push us toward hasty decisions without fully weighing the consequences, which can result in regrettable mistakes. By sharpening our ability to make informed choices swiftly, we can mitigate these pitfalls. Making decisions under pressure can often be a daunting task, yet it's vital for taking timely and effective action when opportunities arise. In many instances, the window to act is fleeting, and any hesitation can be just as detrimental as making a poor choice. By honing this ability, we empower ourselves to tackle challenges and embrace opportunities swiftly while maintaining the integrity of our decisions. So, how can we cultivate this important skill? The journey starts with learning effective strategies for making quick yet wise decisions. At the core of this skill lies a careful balance between acting promptly and being thoughtful. It's about striking just the right note where we can move forward decisively without compromising careful thought. One effective method is known as the 2-minute rule. When confronted with a pressing decision, allow yourself 2 minutes to gather essential information, weigh your options, and make a choice. This time constraint encourages you to concentrate on what truly matters and helps prevent getting stuck in overthinking. Another valuable strategy involves utilizing mental models or heuristics, which serve as simplified frameworks to grasp complex situations swiftly. For instance, the 80-20 rule indicates that 80% of effects come from just 20% of causes. By honing in on that critical 20%, you can make informed decisions without becoming overwhelmed by less significant details. However, gathering information is only step one. The real challenge is prioritizing what you find. In high-pressure situations, we're often inundated with data, and the ability to sift through it to identify what's essential becomes crucial. One effective way to prioritize is using the ICE method: impact, confidence, and ease. For each piece of information or action, quickly evaluate its potential impact, your confidence in that assessment, and how easy it would be to implement. This approach helps direct your focus toward high-impact, high-confidence actions that can be executed swiftly. As we dive deeper into the art of decision-making under stress, we must be wary of jumping to hasty conclusions. While speed is significant, it should never jeopardize accuracy. Making snap judgments without adequate reflection can lead to expensive errors. A helpful technique for ensuring accurate decisions in stressful situations is the pre-mortem exercise. Before finalizing any decision, take a moment to visualize how your choice could lead to failure. This reflection can provide valuable insights and help you mitigate potential pitfalls before you commit. Have you ever stopped to think about what went wrong in a tough situation? This quick mental exercise can help you spot potential issues and tweak your choices in the future. Another excellent strategy is to use if-then planning. By predicting possible scenarios and mapping out your responses ahead of time, you can make faster and more accurate decisions when those situations arise. Imagine it as creating a playbook for handling pressure situations. So, how do we actually put these ideas into action? A great way to start is through timed decision-making drills. Set up some pretend scenarios and give yourself a deadline to make a choice. Begin with more time, and then gradually tighten those limits as you grow more confident in your decision-making ability. You might also try prioritization exercises. Present yourself with a difficult scenario along with a list of possible actions or pieces of information. Then, practice sorting through them quickly using techniques like the ICE method. This will help you build the mental flexibility needed for real-life high-pressure situations. As you work on mastering decision-making under pressure, you might wonder what benefits lie ahead. At first, you'll probably notice that you can make decisions more swiftly. You'll get used to making choices without feeling rushed or frantic. With ongoing practice, you might also see an increase in the accuracy of your decisions. You'll be able to make quick choices that are also well thought out and effective. This unique blend of speed and precision can give you a considerable edge in both your personal and professional life. For those who truly commit to this practice, the ultimate goal is to achieve mastery in high-pressure decision-making. This doesn't mean you'll never feel stressed or uncertain. Those feelings are completely natural. However, it signifies that you'll possess the skills and mental frameworks to tackle even the toughest challenges with assurance and competence. Of course, the journey to developing solid decision-making skills under pressure won't always be easy. You may face hurdles along the way, and it's crucial to be ready for these challenges. One common pitfall is the instinct to make hasty decisions, which can result in mistakes when you're feeling the heat. When you sense this happening, make it a priority to focus on practicing your decision-making processes. To make swift and effective decisions, it's essential to prioritize. By honing in on what really matters, you can expedite your decision-making process without compromising on depth or quality. However, making choices under pressure can also introduce stress, which can cloud our judgment and hinder our ability to think clearly. If you find stress is taking its toll, consider integrating some relaxation techniques into your decision-making routine. Simple practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or even a quick walk can help rejuvenate your mind and enhance your ability to make sound decisions. Remember, becoming adept at making decisions when the heat is on is not an endpoint, but rather a continuous journey. With each challenge you face, each decision you tackle, you have a chance to develop and sharpen these vital skills. As we wrap up our discussion on decision-making in stressful contexts, take a moment to appreciate the power of this competence. By refining your ability to think clearly in high-pressure situations, you're arming yourself with a vital asset that can aid you in various facets of life, from emergency response to capitalizing on brief opportunities. In the next section, we'll dive into strategies for future-proofing your thinking. We'll discuss how to anticipate hurdles, adapt to changes, and make decisions that remain relevant over time. But before we move on, consider this. What hidden strengths could you uncover when under pressure, racing against the clock? The skills you've begun to forge here are merely a starting point. The true excitement lies in applying them to life's unpredictable and demanding moments. Chapter 8. Preparing your mind. Picture yourself engaged in a game of chess where you make a spectacular move that captures your opponent's queen. You're filled with a rush of triumph, but in your excitement, you overlook a critical detail. Your king is now vulnerable. Just 3 moves later, you find yourself in checkmate, left bewildered at how victory slipped away so quickly. This scenario encapsulates the focus of our upcoming discussion, the importance of thinking beyond the immediate moment and planning for the long term. In a fast-paced world that often prioritizes quick fixes and instant results, the ability to foresee challenges and make enduring decisions is becoming increasingly essential. But what exactly does it mean to think ahead? What does it truly mean to prepare our minds for the future? As we explore this essential skill, you'll realize that future-proof thinking isn't about having a crystal ball to foresee the future. Instead, it's about cultivating a mindset and habits that empower us to make choices today that will benefit us in the days, years, and even decades ahead. But why is this particular skill so crucial, especially when we're confronted with challenging circumstances that require clear-headed decision-making? Consider a time when you made a choice that felt right at the moment, only to regret it later due to unexpected fallout. In such instances, the ability to look ahead and think about the long-term impact of our decisions can be the key to transitioning from temporary relief to enduring success. The significance of future-proof thinking, especially when confronted with obstacles, cannot be emphasized enough. When challenges arise, it's natural to seek quick solutions without reflecting on their lasting effects. This often traps us in a cycle of short-term fixes that fail to tackle the underlying issues. By sharpening our long-term thinking skills, we position ourselves to make choices that resonate with our broader goals, fostering sustainable success and growth. Additionally, future-proof thinking is crucial for both personal and career advancement in a world that's constantly evolving. Those who can recognize trends, adapt to changes, and make impactful decisions are often the ones who flourish. By honing this skill, we prepare ourselves to face uncertainty and seize opportunities that others might overlook. So, how can we nurture this essential ability? The journey starts with establishing habits that foster long-term thinking. At the core of this skill is the capacity to connect our short-term choices with our long-term ambitions. It's about constructing a pathway that leads from the present to the future, ensuring that each action we take today steers us towards our desired destination tomorrow. One impactful method to develop this skill is the future self exercise. Take a moment to visualize yourself 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. What kind of person do you aspire to be? What accomplishments do you aim to achieve? By routinely engaging with this vision of your future self, you can guide your current decisions to parallel those long-term goals. Another useful technique is creating decision trees. When faced with a choice, map out the potential outcomes for each option, not just for the immediate future, but also for the months and years that follow. This approach allows you to weigh your decisions carefully and make more informed choices that lead to lasting success. In the years ahead, having a visual representation of your choices can provide clarity, enabling you to look beyond their immediate effects and grasp their long-term consequences. However, developing the ability to think long-term is just one piece of the puzzle. The real challenge lies in cultivating habits that support lasting success. This means establishing routines that consistently align with our long-term aspirations. One effective method for forming these habits is the tiny habits approach. Rather than attempting to overhaul everything in one go, concentrate on small, achievable actions that you can incorporate into your daily life over time. These little habits can lead to meaningful changes in how you think and behave. As we explore the practice of future-proof thinking, we see how forward thinking can greatly influence personal growth. By repeatedly weighing the long-term effects of our choices, we set ourselves up for continuous improvement and the ability to adapt. A practical way to foster this adaptability is through regular self-reflection. Dedicate time each week or month to evaluate your progress toward your long-term goals. What's going well? What could use some tweaking? This ongoing self-assessment is crucial for keeping you aligned with your aspirations. Another effective strategy is scenario planning. Spend time envisioning various potential futures and think about how you would handle each one. This mental exercise helps you cultivate the flexibility and resilience needed to succeed in an unpredictable world. So, how can we put these ideas into action? One useful exercise is to participate in goal-setting workshops. Take time to clearly define your long-term objectives, breaking them down into medium-term goals and specific short-term actions. This creates a clear path that links your daily choices to your ultimate dreams. Additionally, long-term planning exercises can be beneficial. Pick a significant decision you face and project its possible outcomes for the next 5 to 10 years. Consider various scenarios and how they might develop. This will lead to more informed decisions that resonate with your overarching vision. As you embark on this journey toward mastering future-proof thinking, you may wonder what changes you can anticipate. On a fundamental level, you should expect better alignment between your actions and your goals, becoming more skilled at making choices that propel you toward your long-term objectives. By consistently practicing, you will likely notice a boost in your strategic thinking skills, allowing you to better recognize both challenges and opportunities. This positions you for greater achievement in various aspects of life, whether personal or professional. For those who commit fully to honing these skills, the ultimate goal is to achieve a level of decision-making that is resilient and adaptable for the future. While it won't grant you the ability to foresee the future with absolute clarity, since the world is simply too intricate for that, it will equip you with valuable tools and mental frameworks that can help you make choices that stand the test of time. That said, the journey to master future-ready thinking isn't always easy. You're likely to face some hurdles along the way. A typical hurdle is letting immediate concerns overshadow your long-term ambitions. Amid the chaos of everyday life, keeping sight of our overarching goals can be challenging. To combat this, make it a point to regularly reflect on your long-term objectives. Setting reminders or creating visual cues can help keep those goals fresh in your mind. Another common obstacle is adapting to change. Even the most thorough planning won't shield you from surprises that life may throw your way. If you struggle to pivot when plans go awry, Work on cultivating flexibility and practicing scenario planning. Regularly envisioning various potential futures and strategizing ways to navigate them will help you build the mental nimbleness necessary for thriving in an unpredictable environment. Keep in mind that developing future-proof thinking skills is a lifelong journey, not a final destination. With each future-focused decision you make and every long-term goal you aim for, you have a chance to strengthen these essential skills. As we wrap up this examination of future-savvy thinking, take a moment to appreciate its significance. By enhancing your ability to make choices today that lead to a successful tomorrow, you're arming yourself with a powerful tool that can significantly impact your life. In the next chapter, we'll tie together all the skills and strategies we've discussed throughout this book, showing you how to weave these various elements into a cohesive whole. As we wrap up this chapter, take a moment to consider the potential transformations that could emerge in your life through mastering future-proof thinking. The techniques you've acquired mark merely the start of your journey. The true adventure begins when you apply them to create an even more promising future than you currently envision. Chapter 9: Thinking Ahead. As we come to the end of our exploration together, pause and acknowledge the progress you've made. You've journeyed from nurturing a serene mindset to honing your critical thinking abilities. You've tackled intricate problems and learned to make decisions under pressure. You've shifted your thinking to future-proofing and aligning your actions with your long-term aspirations, culminating in a remarkable toolkit that can revolutionize how you confront life's hurdles. This chapter signifies not an ending, but the dawn of a new phase in your life, one where you possess the skills and mindset needed to tackle any challenge with clarity and confidence. Let's weave together the ideas we've discussed and explore how to keep your critical thinking skills sharp while maintaining a calm mind for what lies ahead. First, reflect on how the knowledge you've gained throughout this book can empower you. These skills are not merely academic concepts. They are practical instruments that can enrich various facets of your life. One of the most impactful ways these skills empower you is by enhancing your decision-making confidence. Think back to how you navigated difficult choices prior to your reading. Perhaps you felt engulfed by the complexity or paralyzed by the fear of making a wrong move. Now, equipped with strategies for deconstructing complex issues, objectively evaluating evidence, and weighing long-term consequences, you can confront decisions with a refreshed sense of assurance. This newfound confidence doesn't mean you'll never encounter uncertainty or anxiety when facing tough decisions. Instead, it signifies that you have a structured method to manage that uncertainty, analyze situations logically, and arrive at well-reasoned conclusions rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. Additionally, the skills you've honed foster greater resilience when encountering challenges. Life will invariably present unexpected hurdles, but you are now prepared to tackle them head-on with the tools at your disposal. Facing challenges can be daunting, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, you can choose to see them as chances to sharpen your critical thinking skills and emerge stronger. These skills have a ripple effect that goes well beyond just tackling problems on your own. They can significantly enhance your relationships. By improving your clarity in communication and deepening your understanding of others, you can forge more substantial, meaningful connections with those around you. Think about how the ability to step back and analyze situations can affect your interactions. When disagreements arise, rather than reacting impulsively, you can tackle the conflict with a rational mindset. This allows you to truly listen, consider different perspectives, and articulate your thoughts in a way that is clear and convincing. Moreover, blending empathy with logic can enrich your relationships even further. By delving into the reasons behind what others are communicating, their motivations, fears, and goals, you cultivate a richer understanding of their experiences. This thoughtful approach, paired with logical reasoning, equips you to handle complex social dynamics with grace and insight. As you keep nurturing these skills daily, you may discover that you're capable of managing situations that once felt daunting. By breaking down challenges into smaller, digestible parts and analyzing them calmly, what was once confusing can become clearer. You'll find you're able to make well-informed decisions swiftly, even under pressure. This blend of quick thinking and a strategic long-term approach empowers you to choose wisely, opening doors in both your personal and professional spheres, and establishing you as someone others can rely on for sound judgment. Perhaps the most thrilling part of developing your critical thinking abilities is that this journey is just beginning. As you keep honing the skills outlined in this book, you'll notice that achieving better results becomes increasingly effortless. This is the essence of mastery. When these abilities transition into your daily routine, applying them feels as seamless as a deep breath. Envision a time in the future when handling high-pressure situations with composure comes as instinctively as walking or tying your shoes. Reaching this level of mastery is entirely attainable, provided you continue to cultivate and practice these skills. Beyond just mastering these techniques, your ongoing dedication to critical thinking and maintaining composure will propel your personal and professional development. Each time you face a new challenge, you'll discover more and expand your capacity for solving intricate problems. Your decision-making will become richer and more nuanced, and your resilience in navigating uncertainty will strengthen over time. As we wrap up this book, I'd like you to consider a powerful idea, a vision of the future that you have the ability to mold. Picture yourself 5 years from now, reflecting on this very moment. Throughout those years, you've diligently applied the lessons learned, continually refining your abilities through practice and real-life experiences. In this future, you're recognized as someone who stays calm and collected, even when faced with tough challenges. Your knack for breaking down complicated issues and making wise choices has led to wonderful accomplishments in both your personal and professional arenas. You've approached demanding situations with poise, fostered deeper relationships through empathy and clear dialogue, and made strategic decisions that set you up for long-term success. However, this future isn't solely about external triumphs. It also signifies an essential internal metamorphosis. You navigate life with newfound confidence and a sense of purpose, knowing that you're equipped to tackle any challenge head-on. You've cultivated a strong trust in your judgment while remaining open to continual learning and growth. This vision isn't just a fleeting dream. It's a reality that you can start to build today with every choice and challenge you encounter. The journey towards sharpened critical thinking and poise in decision-making is an ongoing adventure, brimming with limitless avenues for personal growth and self-discovery. As you finish this book, keep in mind that your true adventure is just beginning. The world around you is full of intricate challenges and thrilling possibilities waiting to be explored. Imagine being perfectly prepared to tackle the pressing issues of our time, armed with sharp critical thinking skills and a serene mindset. You're positioned to not only shape your own destiny, but also to make meaningful contributions to the world around you. However, despite having these incredible tools at your fingertips, you may find yourself questioning how to maintain your composure amidst life's unpredictable challenges. What if you could discover a method to enhance your ability to remain steady when the pressure mounts? The key lies in cultivating non-reactivity, a powerful skill that can elevate your decision-making and analytical abilities to extraordinary levels. To truly unleash your potential and maximize the skills you've developed, consider diving into the audiobook, The Power of Not Reacting: Genius Strategies to Stay Calm in Any Situation. Hit the center of the video now and embark on your journey of transformation.